defining moments in your life, you will always remember the day that you became and that you took your place in history and created your legacy as a U.S. Army All-American Marching Band member. Hoorah! I could not be more proud of you. You were absolute machines at work this week. You were absolute machines. I couldn't be any more proud of you. Words fall woefully short in what I feel for you right now.
Your ability to communicate with people and to share about yourself through music and through movement is phenomenal. It's not something that people can do. It's not something human beings were meant to do. But you gotta do it like it's cool. And it is. And every single one of you was brought down here as an All-American. You've been given a tremendous honor. These past few days, you've definitely earned it. I cannot tell you how proud I am as an alumni of this organization to see what you turned it into. Thank you, personally, from me, for everything you've done. I appreciate it. Now, I'm about to go out, do the Alamo Dome, do a little show, no big deal. Got about 35, 40,000 people live in the stands. Estimated televised audience of roughly 10 million. Unknown amount of people watching in online. And more importantly, you have an audience of 1.1 million U.S. soldiers around the world who are either going to watch you perform live today, see you all a part of your show online or on TV, or if nothing else, know that you were here and that you performed. And your show has more value and meaning for who they are and what they do than I'm sure many of you appreciate right now. And it has absolutely nothing to do with your amazing talent as performers, and everything to do with what you being here represents. Now, when joining the Army, people always ask me, why'd you do it? Soldiers have a million different reasons for doing it, but if you talk to them long enough, oftentimes they're going to give a story about something that they love, they find special and unique, that happens only here, and that for them represents what this idea of America is. People ask me this question, and I always give them some stupid answer like preschool or like color green or something, just to make them go away, because if I really tried to explain it to them, they wouldn't get it. And I don't even really talk about it with most people in the Army. If I tried to, they wouldn't get it. But because of who you are and what you've done in the team these past few days, I'm going to share it with you. My story about joining the Army and becoming an infantry officer in American uniform starts and ends with what you guys do on a daily basis. Think about everything that goes into marching band this activity. Not just the long hours and the hard work and the dedication it takes to put on a few minutes of show that 9 times out of 10 gets underappreciated and undervalued, but we love more than anything in the world. Think about everything you've experienced since you first started playing an instrument or first started performing. All the times you've been happy, all the times you've been sad, all the times you worked with a group of people and created something so incredibly beautiful and wonderful you could not even describe it to anyone after the fact. And all the times you've walked into an audition and completely blown it. The tears are like going with both those experiences. Fear cried after fall finals knowing that you were never going to march with your high school band again. Who did it? Yeah, I did it. If you're not raising your hand, lying, I know that for a fact. That is very special and unique. That does not happen anywhere else in the world. Think about everyone who supported you in doing this. All the parents who took you to practice and had other things to do. The instructional staff that flew down here this week to teach you for free. The guys who sold hot dogs at the show to raise money for you. Parents who came in to fix drum harnesses, take guard flags, load equipment trucks, and get you where you want to go. The volunteers that make things like Drum Corps International and Winter Guard happen. Those activities don't happen anywhere else in the world, but they happen here. So your parents put you on a plane, flew you across the country to a city they've never been to work with people they've never met, and an organization that is owned and operated by the government's military. That is crazy. And I did with the expectation, not are you going to come down to San Antonio and meet incredible people and put on an amazing show and have the time of your life and become a better human being in the process, but then you're going to go back completely safe and fine, and nothing bad's going to happen to you. That is an amazing thing, and it does not happen anywhere else in the world, but it happens here. Because people in the military throughout history have stood up and made sure that can happen here. That we live in a place that is safe enough and affluent enough to allow great talented people to go do great, amazing things. That is the value of your show today. Now, many of your audience members, you're not music people, you're not performance people. A lot of Army dudes, a lot of football dudes, a lot of dudes who are just lost in the sauce. That's cool. They're not going to know and understand and appreciate all the work you had to do to put into this show. They're not. A lot of it's going to go right over their head. They don't know what it's like to line up an ensemble front to back on the field, or put on amazing choreography and spin flipping 5s and 6s, whatever color guard does. It looks cool. It looks cool. They don't know how to make that like insane low tuba note happen, where you actually like hear the vibrations in the air when it comes out. I don't even know what that is, but it's awesome. Or to keep articulation to a chord line, or sextuplet splits on a bass line. They don't know what that is, and it's going to go over their head when they see it, and that's their loss. But your audience, the soldiers you perform for, are going to know that you were here, and everything that happened to let you be here. You represent as living, tangible proof everything that is great and wonderful in this country that happens on a daily basis. That's what it means to be an All-American, to be proof of all that is great and wonderful in this country. That is what you're proving with your show today. That is what you are showing the world. That is what you are continuing to expect. That's what we expect you to continue to do every day for the rest of your lives. It is the obligation that goes with the honor of your new title. And you have my complete faith and confidence as you move forward. In your audience today, there are 51,000 soldiers serving in Afghanistan. I have no fear. You're good people. Great. And you're in the stadium live. You'll be performing for soldiers who've been on active duty in the military since before 2001. 12 years. Coming up on 13. They've been fighting at war for longer than most of you have been playing an instrument or performing. They have lost friends. They have been hurt. Some in ways you can see, some in ways you can't. Behind them are generations of other soldiers. Some are here today, some are in Afghanistan, some are in places you can't pronounce. Risking their lives on a daily basis, watching their friends get hurt, and going back after it. People have paid an extremely high price to make this country safe enough for programs like this to exist. It does not happen by accident. We do not live in a vacuum. Things happen in the world, and people keep them out of your way so you can go do great and wonderful things. What you do in that uniform, or in your school's uniform, gives value and meaning to what men and women around the world do in this uniform on a daily basis. Now, all of you are amazing performers. And you understand that as a performer, you have an obligation to your audience. Today's audience paid in such a high price for you to come here. When you go out there and you do this show them what it is that they've been playing out there. Have a good show, guys. Thank you.
So let me start by welcoming all of you on behalf of my partner, Rich McGinnis, and myself. We're thrilled you're all here, that you've all made it in well. Our friends from the Army Field Band, all of the instructors, all of the other Army personnel who are in the room. It's really exciting. And it's a little poignant to me because 14 years ago tonight, my partner and I were actually sitting in a little conference room, smaller than this stage, having successfully pulled off the first ever National High School All-Star football game, right? It was played on an afternoon in Dallas. It was cold. And the 78 athletes who believed in our vision that a National High School All-Star event could be the kernel of something very large that celebrates the best in high school football, and all of what that means in communities across the country might have a chance. Now, it's true, we only lost $500,000 doing it, and looked at each other and wondered how we were going to move ahead. But that's what entrepreneurs do, right? They press forward. The next year, we had a great partner join us, the United States Army. I don't think any organization that wants to reach out and talk about what is excellent in high school and what makes excellence that any young organization could have, right? And when we look out tonight, you can see what's happened and what we've built together over 14 years. About 9 years ago, we started to say, you know, look, high school football's more than just the football players, right? It has lots of pieces in the community, and many of the people in the stands aren't there rooting for the football player. They're there for their band members, their cheerleaders, their spirit squad member, or whomever else participates in what goes on within that community. And so after a few years of evaluating how to do this, whether it would work, right, the next kind of intrepid step was taken, and we had an agreement that we would see if we could put together a United States Army All-American marching band.
Thank you very much. You know, as Doug said, he doesn't speak band. I don't speak much band either, but if it's any consolation, I don't speak a lot of football either. So, fortunately, my wife and daughter have all the musical talent in the family, and I have trouble keeping step, but that's okay. Well, hello and welcome to San Antonio, Texas. I'm glad to be here this evening to talk with you for just a few minutes as you prepare for the performance of a lifetime, at least to this point in your lifetime. I'd like to start by first congratulating you on having been selected to play in this year's All-American Bowl. You should be proud of this great accomplishment. I will be brief in the hopes that you may remember a few things I say this evening. I want to talk about you, I want to talk about the Army, and I want to talk about a few points about life. Again, congratulations on your selection to be here. You were selected because of your individual talent. You rose above the rest to stand out, and that did not happen by chance. Sure, some of it may be God-given talent, and some of it just a passion for it. But in either case, you had to practice to be the best. That practice takes dedication, hard work, and focus. While it may have been your individual talent and those other traits that made you stand out to be selected to be an All-American, you could not have done it without the team, the entire band. Your band provided the construct for you to perform, and some of you had bandmates push you to be better. Many great endeavors involve teams. Teams made up of talented individuals working in harmony to achieve a goal. The Army is very much the same way. The parallels are fascinating. While the band is made up of woodwinds, brass, drums, and percussion working together to provide beautiful music, the Army is made up of selfless servants, bringing their individual talents to the team. They are dedicated, focused, and hardworking. The Army is a team of teams. We have computer technicians, personnel and maintenance experts, doctors, lawyers, artillery and infantry, and of course, band members.
The other sister services have a similar term, but I don't think it has quite the complexity that it does for us in the Army. That word is HUA. And it can mean, you understand what I mean? HUA? I understand what you mean. HUA. Or it can be a really visceral signal of unanimity, of esprit. And I'm going to ask our soldiers that are out there to help you understand what it really means to say HUA. HUA? Okay. Now, they knew that was coming. Now you all know that it's coming. HUA? Okay. All right. That will surface throughout the week. And as some of our senior Army leaders come and share their thoughts with you, it would be wise to remember that one. That will impress them. And that's just one small way that you'll impress them, because I'll never forget the expressions on our senior Army leaders' face. You know, what happens in the booths up there when the first half ends? They start talking business and start doing things and, you know, easily distracted. Of course, we all know that the game's won between the halves, right? We know that. We know that. But once the band took the field and started playing, the conversations died. And all eyes were riveted down on the field because of the unbelievable electricity that was created by some of your predecessors, and that I know that you'll create again this week. It's an exciting thing. I envy you your opportunity because it's very special. And we're so pleased to be able to be the Army's representatives here working side by side with you in the trenches.
So I just want to start off by saying that it's amazing that it's Thursday and your show looks like it does. I've been talking to the other alumni, and I've been talking to everyone, and you guys have definitely the best show that this band has had so far. So give yourself So I just wanted to hit on one point with you guys. Continue your All-American legacy. This week has been special. It's not over yet, and you guys inspire me. You guys are fantastic. So the important thing for you guys to do is to never forget this. To always remember each other, to keep the friendships between each other, to communicate, and definitely continue your legacy out into the real world. One point that I thought about earlier is that you guys go 120,000% on every rep that you do out there. Do you remember that first day you got on the field with each other and you did your first forward march? Do you remember that checklist that you went through in your head and all the proactivity that you went through in your head? That's something that's going to make you successful in the real world. That's something that's going to make you successful in your bands one day, in your college career one day. That personal checklist, that same effort that you apply to being out there on the field, that's the same effort that you guys should go and inspire other people to do. That's how you continue to be an All-American in the real world. That's what these guys are doing. That's what I strive to do. In my personal opinion, I haven't made it to where I want to be yet, but sometimes I have to go back and remind myself, hey, when I step on a band field, my mind clicks into a different mode. You guys know what I mean by that? Like you click into this different beat. And I'm working really, really hard right now to make my real life off the field just like that. And I inspire you guys to do that, because that's what makes you a real life, everyday All-American. One quote that I came up with that inspires me is, embrace the journey, face the suck, press on through the worst experiences in life by creating the best experience in life. That's something that inspires me. And I use that every day. But you guys inspire me. You guys inspire each other. Like I said, do not forget each other. Always remember, like this work that you put in this week. Always remember the connections. That's what lives on. That's why I'm back here with you. That's why I want to come back every year.
Together, and it's going to be great. I need everybody to put their right hand in the air. You're going to shake it 8 times. We're going to count to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're going to do the left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're going to do the right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, the right foot. Did I say left? Okay. Right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Left foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Then you move to 4, 4, 4, 4, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay? So ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so now that we're all awake, sit back down. Finally, in San Antonio, congratulations, you've all made it. Very proud. So I'd like to welcome you to the 7th year of the U.S. Army All-American Marching Band. Every year we have really great kids that join us, but this year I want to give you an idea of who sits among you this evening. You all represent National Honor Society. You all represent drum corps from across the country. You represent Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts and college ensembles. You represent 106 high schools and 31 states. Now, you represent the U.S. Army. How awesome is that? Give yourselves a round of applause.
celebrated the moment that you applied to be here, and the moments that you applied to arrive here, and then to become that. There are no words other than two that I can think of. All American. Who on three? 1, 2, 3!
To all our parents and families, thank you.